Okay, I think we got pretty much everything working. Awesome. Hold on, let me lean this up a little more. Alright, there we go. Alright. Alright, I think we pretty much got everything working. So, pretty much today, the main reason why I mostly started this live stream was because we're going to build a mini puzzle together. So for today, it says that we are going to be doing the Cavani & Co. puzzle, and it is specifically going to be their Shrooms mini puzzle with 240 pieces, specifically. And so we have this one, completely not opened, never done this puzzle before, so I have no idea of how long particularly this is going to take. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Alright, here we go. We got all the puzzles. So I think for now, we can actually start the timer. So I'll make sure to start the timer now. And let's see let's see how long this can take us. Alright, tools, scripts, and start the timer. Alright, here we go. Alright, so first I'm definitely going to be doing the side pieces. This is the way I usually like to organize most of my puzzles, is usually speaking of which, like I usually like putting like a lot of like my puzzle pieces like in different sections. I don't like just nitpicking and stuff and then seeing of what comes together. I feel like that's a waste of time, at least. I don't really know how other people feel about it. But I usually like to find like the side pieces, that way you can organize, and then it's kind of like, at least for me, it's kind of like if you've built a Lego set before, like how they specifically like have like different bags and stuff and like boxes in order to make sure that you put all of like the stuff you want together. So how do I say this? So it's kind of like they have like box or bag like number 1, number 2, number 3, and like they specifically give you different sections to like help like organize. One, it's for manufacturing actually, because it helps them like just know if they're missing pieces or not, which is actually kind of nice. Speaking of missing pieces, we already got 2 like different things where basically they're just already stuck together, surprisingly. That's pretty lucky. I just found them just on a whim. I do definitely really wish that oh, look, we found another one. I definitely do wish that like sometimes puzzles, like although they can be frustrating, I think like having them like at least like semi like indifferent, like I don't really like, I think it's very lucky when you get like pieces that were already like put together, surprisingly, like by random chance. I wish that just didn't happen. If I had a choice, I wish it just straight up just didn't happen. But you know, there's like manufacturing mistakes and stuff like that, so there's not really like something that is really in their control. Like majority of these ones, it was mostly just because the 2 pieces were stuck together. Like this one right here, you can see that this one was pretty much just stuck together simply just because like they didn't cut all the way through when they were cutting out all the pieces, and then that one just got somehow just stuck in there. But like it's just manufacturing mistakes mostly is what puts all these major pieces together. Like look, we got another one. And so like I just wish there was some sort of like check, I guess, for that. I don't really know how else to explain it. Just gonna be checking the live stream every now and again, just making sure that we're still alive. Yeah, it seems like we're still alive, which is good. This is the stuff I kind of want to see when I'm paying up top dollar for playing work. Honestly, I completely agree. Like, that's the whole reason of why I mostly joined Trust Plus was because I really felt like that, one, it could succeed, and also two, just because like I thought it was just a good idea, and also it just helps like a lot of people. I can't really discuss too much about it because I am live, and it is part of like an agreement that I am not allowed to talk about certain internals about the company. Are you on Instagram as well? For some reason, the Instagram isn't working. I'm not entirely sure as of why. Like I put in the stream key and everything, and I probably should have tested it beforehand. But it seems like it's not only down like for me. I did check like actually like downdetector.com, and it said like live streams was a bit of an issue, or apparently live streams were getting shut down. It was a very small amount, so I don't think it's affecting like a lot of users, but I don't really know why, but that was weird. Okay, never mind. I thought the live stream froze, but never mind. I was just being stupid. You know what? I might as well bring the camera closer, especially if like you guys are like so far away. Tell them about your background and relevant experience. So the main reason of like why Winston Cho actually invited me, yes, he reached out to me. I didn't reach out to him. He reached out to me specifically. He was talking with a business partner, and that business it was one of our investors, and he pretty much like was talking to him, and he mentioned me, and talking about like how I had like social media experience and stuff like that, and how there's different conversations that he had where I would at least where I would most likely be a really good fit for the company. The most reason as of why was because I had that history in video editing and cinematography and things like that. But if I had to really say what probably drove Winston Cho to recruiting me, was probably because of my enthusiasm, probably to join Trust Plus, and also of like, and also just how much like, I was willing to like, I don't know if accommodate is the right word, but like offer out my services in order to help him. But like before I used to do like a bunch of like before I joined Trust Plus, I did actually work with what is it called? With just a couple of YouTubers, one named Chaotix and another one named Rye, and another one named Bricked Live. I know that sounds like a very inappropriate name, but it was actually but their logo was actually like a brick, like the actual like material built for houses. But basically I used to work for a couple of different people before, and I used to edit videos for them and help make thumbnails and help them at least grow their channels. And for a lot of them, I grew quite a lot. For Chaotix, like for him, I grew his channel from getting only hundreds of views, like as in 100 200 views max, and now some of his latest videos are now within like the 50,000s of views every post. And so like I've been very like surprised with like his progress, how I used to. One, I used to edit for him, but also I would help him with setting up different analytics and teaching him of like what are some different ways that you can better promote yourself to the right audience, and not just making sure that like you're, not to say limited, but I guess so, but you're like limited and you're only put into your one lane that you're supposed to be in. And so like it's definitely been odd, and I don't really like of like his sudden growth. It's been odd of his sudden growth. Not odd, but like but like there was a couple like videos of him that got very popular with high shareability. Look, we got yet another one right here. That's crazy. So we have, I don't even know if you can see it on that camera. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different pieces that are already put together, which is interesting. And I think we're almost done with the frame group at least. And then there's a couple more groups that I still want to do. Like I'm not just gonna leave all these ones scattered as well. I also want to make sure that that I at least like put in like different stuff and make different groups. But I think, was that the last one? Oh nope, here's another one. I think with that one, that is the last side piece. Nope, we got one more. I didn't really check through this section. Okay, I think that's all the side pieces now. So we now got all the side pieces now in one single like spot. You know what? I might readjust this camera actually to be on a side camera on this end. The reason why is just because I think it's much too far. So you might get a better look at the actual puzzle instead of the room that I'm in. I don't really. So get this guy. And I think if I set you guys up like right here. How well does that look? Looks decent. Maybe moving it to like right here. Yeah, I think this one might be, I think that might be better. All right, yeah. I think now we got like all the puzzles, all like the good frame now, so you can actually see what I'm working on rather than just kind of what I'm saying, because I think it was just much too far in order to at least accommodate for like the view that you guys had. Let's see. Let's see. Also, if people have like questions, just put them in the chat. I'm more than welcome to talk about things. I mean, literally, I titled this entire live stream "Building Puzzles and Chatting." So, if any of like the 4 viewers that I have, 6 viewers, that I have, like, just come in, ask some questions. We can all have like a huge discussion about it. I actually do think this puzzle is actually really, really cool. I like that it's all just a bunch of like different mushrooms and fungi. All right, I think we actually finally did it with this group right here of putting in all like the side pieces. I think this one's already all done, so I think that's perfectly fine. If I was to I think with the first group I'll probably start with, probably the ones with like the wording. Like I think those ones will be like very easy to find. Well, not just find, but also put together. Wait, hold on. Let me look actually at the thing. Oh, I didn't even realize that there's not even just ones at the bottom. There's also ones like all around. They're like surrounding the different ones for what's it called? All the different ones for different like fungi. Like you can see like there's like a number 2, number 10, like a bunch of different ones. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. It definitely helps at least. It helps like know of like what I'm looking towards. Let's see. Actually, I think one of my chat things is broken. It's fine. It just means like I can't see all of the chats like I was hoping to, but it's okay. Let's see. Here we go. I should probably put all the numbers together and then all of like the letter ones. I think that one might be a good one. So that way I can at least know of like where each number is, and then I can go like from where each like section, like each mushroom by number. I can probably do that. That might work. See, now here's my question. Like how many pieces? This one is 240 pieces. So how long will this take? If I had to guess, if I had to guess, like last one I did, where it was last one I did was a 200 piece, I believe, and that one took an hour and 7 minutes. So with this one, I'm probably guessing an hour 20, hour 30. That's my guess at least. But the thing is with puzzles, like you never know of the thing is with my last puzzle, another last puzzle that I did was one that was based in New York. It was based on like a bunch of different landmarks in New York, but something that especially like I don't know how to say this, but something that was different with this puzzle was that it was all a bunch of different landmarks, but however they were all in different art styles. And so then that definitely made it like 20 times easier because they were in different art styles. It made it a lot easier to differentiate of like which one was which. No way that's all the number ones, right? There's no way. There we go. I found like another one, like partial number. Here's a number 1 as well. Here's a word 1 that I missed. Okay. That one goes there. At least with most of the word ones, it's probably in the frame one actually, because like most of the words are at the bottom of the word thing, like, so I can't really like, yeah, I can't really like, there's not gonna be a ton of pieces in this pile because there is a second level, but it doesn't have as many words. All right, I think we did it for that one. All right, let's see. Okay, I think I know which one I'm probably gonna do first. I'm probably gonna go with the biggest one actually. I'm gonna go with the big red one. big red one. So let's put all those pieces together and get this show on the road. Oh, this one's two different ones. Ooh, okay, gotta be careful with that one. That one's two different red ones. And they look kind of similar. So I just gotta be careful with that. This one belongs to this one. Where would this one go? Because this one's like two different colors, so I don't really know what to do with this one. I think I'll put it in that pile. Here's another one for these colors. All right. I think now I could probably move on to a different color. Let's probably go for like the ones that are sprouted. There we go. Let's see. If I really had to really talk about anything. Oh shoot, it's already been 20 minutes? Damn. Damn, it's already been 20 minutes. I'm still organizing. To be fair, I have been talking for majority of like this stream, and also I've been like using a lot of like hand gestures because that's just the way I talk. I like making hand gestures because I believe it gives words more meaning, if I was to say, I guess. I think it definitely just makes my job easier for when I'm trying to communicate. Most of these are like brown, actually, which is definitely going to make it harder for later when I'm actually creating this puzzle. A lot of like little pieces of like greenery and like grass. So I don't really know how like, damn, there's a lot. Okay. Yeah, there's gonna be a bit more on the difficult side. In order to know where all these like small green pieces though, because all these small green pieces like are on different mushrooms. So that's gonna be a bit difficult later. Oh, I found another edge piece. There we go. Didn't think I'd find another one of those, but here we are. I definitely wish I was able to multi-stream to a lot more different platforms, but Unfortunately, I am running this stream off of a Mac, unfortunately, and it's been like quite a struggle and actually just to set this stream up. The main reason as of why is because with multi-streaming, it's a much more, if I had to say, exclusive feature to a lot of like paywalls. And currently, there actually is a free edition that has been released through the term of SE Live. However, and like they make it very simple. Love that program. Absolutely adore it. And but unfortunately, it does not work on Macs. Which honestly, they need to get on that. They need to get on that. There's a couple Mac streamers that would love their program. But to be fair, most of streaming is done through Windows computers, and it's not like very common in order to find someone who is streaming on Mac. Just because like it's just a whole different world of like different programs and stuff like that. There's also not as much customizability as there are with Windows. Preferably, I do prefer Windows overall, and I do definitely want to be making a computer soon. Actually, wink, wink. If my dad is watching, I don't know. But I do definitely wish that that I could run like not just live streams, but also just run most of my editing process and a lot of other things on like Windows computers, just because I find them a lot easier to deal with instead of Macs. Which one would this go to? I think this one goes here. If I was to say actually my experience with streaming, so I used to stream back when I was a kid, and I actually like every, I don't know, like early 2000 kid, I wanted to be a YouTuber just because it seemed like a great job. The thing is, you don't know of like actually how much a YouTuber actually has to work, and that's the most reason of why I had to drop it. I started it around when I was like 12. Like to be perfectly honest, I grew actually a fair bit on a different channel, um, and like I created a lot of like YouTube videos, mostly actually surrounding Minecraft, actually more than anything. But then I realized I was like, hey, this is like distracting me from like actual in a lot of like important things, and I haven't really pushed it that much. Um, hmm. But that's the main reason of why I became like a YouTube slash editor slash consultant to many more different people. Just because like, hey, just because I couldn't deal with the different like behind the scenes stress of it doesn't mean that someone else can. And I want to support that person in like their dream in order to become like someone who they think can succeed. And that's also another reason why I joined Trust Plus, was because like, hey, like uh I saw that there was a lot of like need for outreach, at least in media, for this particular like for this particular not website startup company. And I definitely have like liked learning all the stuff that I have here, and I have very high praises for Winston Cho. Shout out to him. He is one of the most dedicated people I've ever seen in my life. If I really had to choose of where these ones went, here, there we go. All right, I think we got like the last one that we need to organize, and then we can actually build the actual puzzle. I think this one actually goes into this pile. Okay, so I think we finally have like the starting puzzle, and oh shoot, we're at the 30-minute mark, and we've just organized it. All right, at least for this part, it's gonna be a little bit more interesting because I will actually be needing to like figure out where like all these different things go. Luckily, I am the puzzle master. There it is. Okay. Beautiful. We already got our first part. We already got the title screen. That's the number one step. It's just making sure you get all just the top together. I think everything else pretty much is just placing things where they need to be. We already got two corners in place. Let's see. Oh, this one goes up here. I know that. Let's see. Where would this spot go? Would you mind talking about how you would go about live streaming a repipe? If I was to live stream a repipe, I think most likely of like the path that I would probably go down would be to sorry, got a little bit distracted, but probably to like do a repipe, it would probably be the guys working on like the actual machines. It depends on what kind of repipe it is, because there's multiple different kinds of repipes. Like if I had to go off the top of my head, there's one where it's a tensionless like repipe. There's also one where it's also like an underground repipe, which those are a little bit more complicated in needing to actually dig out the entire like ground in order to get to like either a main line or something. But mostly what I would probably go is that I would probably either have a camera, or if at all possible have like some sort of like chip attaching to the cameras that like that they usually put for inside so they have a bunch of like tube cameras that they mostly use. I've used these personally as well back when I used to work at EJ Plumbing. I would be using a camera, and it was basically just a giant kind of like wheel of wire with a camera at the end, and there was like a screen on top. If there was any possibility that I would try to figure out to see if there was a way to create a like some sort of, how do I say this? Some sort of attachment to the module of the camera, and that would probably with that is probably what I would do, at least to look inside of like the actual pipe. All running on batteries over multiple days. They would mostly all be running on batteries. There would be, of course, like additional batteries in order to make sure that everyone is able to do what they need to do. There's so much of a process that goes into building a company like this. A lot of the process that is mostly going to be like included with this is making the camera setup and making the software. And in order to actually create the setup um for how do I say this? In order to make the setup for like plumbers and different experienced workers, in order to actually get out there and actually do the job with the cameras, is that they're gonna need one, a charging station inside of their truck, which most trucks, at least now, have some sort of way in order to like charge one their phones, but also smaller gear such as electric screwdrivers, and as well as like different um hmm, different like sort of gear. Hmm. Okay, I think that's almost the entire bottom done. There we go. There's the entire bottom done right there. Say hi to your dad. He's watching right now. Hello, father. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, I could see there's like there was a new person added to the stream. It tells me of whenever there's someone like either joining the stream or of whoever's like in it. Hmm. Let's see. So I think, all right, let's look at here. Oh, okay. I think I know where this one goes. At least I think. Yes. Okay. That one goes up there. Okay. That makes it easy. And now there's a middle piece that goes there. I believe so. Where's that? There we go. Oh, that one's on the complete other side. This one's up here. Now it goes here. What does it say? Keep talking about plumbing. No, message redacted. Okay. But at least from the first sentence, from what I can at least talk about for now, is discussing of how, like, at least in the service industry, we could revolutionize it. Is that so? From my perspective, I believe that it is a great investment, not only for like putting the mind at ease for your clients, but also for your uh, for your employers as well. And the reason why I say that is because like Trust Plus, their entire thing is working with cameras and different items like that in order to portray to the customer that like, hey, this is what we're working on at your house. But however, like instead, an alternative thought I've had on it is that it also protects the employer as well as the employees, and the reason why I say that is because um, there's like a whole uh, big like issue with like insurance scams and stuff like that, and also just people getting hurt at job sites as well. And it's become like not a huge problem, but it's definitely become a problem. And and there's just such like issues with like and there's such like how do I say this? There's so much attention being put um onto employee like safety, like saying like, hey, accidents are preventable, which they are, especially in the workplace. But another thing that I have to like not side with, but there's always going to be a danger for service employees with people going out and approaching like people's houses, because you have no idea the state of mind of like the person of the house you're approaching. You have no idea what their state of mind is and where they are at, kind of like where they're at like in their own head. So there's like no real way to tell like when you're going to a brand new house, you're not gonna know of one who this person really is, but also of like where they're at. And so when you go into like someone's house, and the whole reason of why we developed the camera system was to bring transparency to clients for different service like providers. But I think that it is also because everything is being recorded and live streamed, it can also be a protection against people like I like abusing kind of like abusing like the powers of like insurance companies and stuff like that. Like, because if like say like I'll give an example. If I of when you're like driving like a company vehicle, if you crash into someone inside that enemy vehicle, the company is going to be liable. But say that it wasn't your fault, but it's really just mostly their word against yours. And so obviously the company is going to side with the employee most likely, or maybe not, and they might just give them up and be like, hey, we're gonna have to let you go because you got into the accident, because it's going to be an insurance liability. But there's such like how do I say this? There's such like a difference of what like people are going to have to do for what people have to do when like insurances get like involved. it's a whole new like ball game, and I think that's another reason of why we need these cameras is to be transparent with the customer and the employee and making sure that both of them are safe to say. Hmm. Okay, we're almost done with like the frame outline. Let's see, where does this piece go? All right, I think there we go. Okay. At least we found that part. And I think if yeah, I did see a frame thing here. There we go. I am really lost in this one. Oh, I found it. Okay. Yep, there we go. Mm-hmm. That's not the correct piece. That doesn't go there. All right. This one's more of a blank piece. Where does this one go? Which section has like a little piece of like fungus sticking out? Mm-hmm. Tell them about the PC-based workstation you'll be building. So the workstation that I'm trying to build, at least for my PC, I'm trying to create a PC that is going to be strong enough in order to like handle a lot of like different editing projects, which means it needs to be very RAM RAM filled. So I'm thinking of going with over like 128 gigabytes of RAM, I believe. I think it's gonna be 4 sticks. I think it's gonna be 4 sticks of 32. 4 sticks of 32 gigabyte RAM. Yeah, it's 128 gigabytes. Okay, yes. And so with that workstation, I'm mostly going to be working on editing projects in order to one, to build up the AI program that we are developing here, in order to help the AI learn of like how to edit these different videos, and that way it can be done automatically. instead of it needing to all be done by hand. But also, so if I remember, so with this upcoming PC, it's going to be made with a 5090, which right now is a brand new GPU that NVIDIA just came out with I want to say a couple months ago, I think. It wasn't like crazy long ago. Like, it wasn't crazy long ago, but and also it's gonna be using um an AMD footage. It's gonna be using AMD not footage, AMD CPU. And I'm really looking forward to actually building that computer. Um, if I had to also really say of like how much this is actually going to be put into this computer, it's gonna be an expensive range. It's gonna be an expensive range, to put it lightly. But I am still very excited for that for that PC being built, and also it would just open a lot more avenues, at least in like production. Uh, not just for not just because like uh, I just really like Windows computers, but also because like most of like the world does run on Windows. I believe there was actually a study recently about of like how much of how many like computers out there are actually Windows compared to Mac. I think 19% was 19-15% was Macintosh, and then another um like I think it was like 70% was Windows. Yeah, so like 70% was like Windows, and what else? Trying to remember of like, but yeah, most of the world runs on Windows, like for company servers, stuff like that, and also for displays. Which displays? Okay, so it's going to be currently I use um a 2K a 2K no 4K QHD monitor by Spectre. It's a curved monitor, but I'm also planning to get two additional monitors for the sides. So there's the curved monitor would be the main display, and then I'm having two side displays in order to make sure that I have like all of the room that I need to work, because one window needs to be for actual editing, like for the actual editing platform, because you can't, if you minimize it, it doesn't really not just look that good, but also it just doesn't really work. Um, just because like uh, just because like there's so much that has to go into making like the actual video, so you need to have that on a full screen, or else it's just not really gonna work that well, because you can't really see what you're doing, and then it's also really hard, especially with one monitor to edit is really bad, especially when you need to use another window if you're going to be extracting different effects and different things, and you're going to be looking things up in order to and also like if you need to message the client and stuff like that. It's a whole like it's a whole different like situation. Well, that's all the edge pieces, but I think I probably put some in different locations that I didn't realize. Okay, I think the first thing that we're probably going to start with is actually the words, actually. That's going to make things plenty easier. I think we're almost like already almost finished. Yeah, this is very easy. Yeah, like look at this. I'm like on a roll for this one. There you go. That's already all the words done. Like that. Like that. Done. Let's see. That one goes there, I guess. And it goes like right there. Those two go together. And then with this one, I believe this one goes up here. Yeah, it does. Awesome. This one goes like right here. Boom, we already got like a whole section. Okay, just making sure I'm still live. I don't really know why. There was an error that came up on my screen. It was like, hey, by the way, your stream like might not be live, but we don't know. I was like, that's weird. Now, where on earth did this piece go? Oh! I got it. Right there. Perfect. Here we go. We got on to a brand new section. Here we go. Damn, there's a lot of pieces that need to be put into this section at least. Which is surprising because it doesn't seem that big, unless I'm just completely wrong and I'm actually attaching the wrong pieces. Which that would be unfortunate. Where does this one go? Oh, here. Oh, there we go. Where is this one? Well, here's dirt, yes. Is it right there? No. Oh, I got it. Okay. Wait, no, it's not that. Oh, shoot. I really don't know where this piece goes. Oh, dropped the piece. Shoot. Here we go. I really don't know where this piece went. Well, not where it went, but where it goes. I'll come back to it, because I have genuinely no idea where that piece goes. This seems familiar, though. And I was right. Goes right for here. How would you capture a crawl space inspection? Most likely for a crawl space inspection, it would most likely be a handheld, like / tripod project. How I kind of do, like right now with this main camera that's focusing on here. So if I take this actually off a stand, so I have a stand here that's holding a camera that's pointing at right here. And so if I really need to like, so they would probably like take this around, and it can also be one as a tripod, but also as like a hand holder, so you can have it be balanced. And someone would probably take it into a crawl space and they could also still set it up in order to point at something if they're working on a particular section. So definitely by far that would definitely be the easiest way. Found out where this piece went. Boom. Here we go. Okay, would this one go here then? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And this one goes here. There we go. And that one goes there. Okay, we already finished that section. Awesome. Accidentally misplaced that one. There we go. And that goes right there. And this one goes right here, and so forth. Well, that one's almost done. Oh, here we go. Yup, there it is. Let's go. All right, we almost got the entire like top red mushroom section done. Well, here's the number one, which would make things a lot easier. 8. It goes like right here. Number 14. Number 14 is over here. Over by this purple one. Here we go. Here's like the large purple one. Let's see. Here's like the center of it. Okay, it does go here, just not right there. It goes there. This one, however, this one's like right there. It's getting close to 3. Have a nice weekend. This was a great effort. Thank you. It is getting close to 3. It's 2:55, and I do actually have to leave exactly by 3, or else I will be late. So I will probably actually pause this timer, and we can probably actually continue this, which will actually be very nice. But thank you, and hopefully I can probably get the Instagram and TikTok thing to actually work. But hopefully that's coming for another time. Thank you for everyone.